On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk, who was a very popular political commentator on the internet, the founder of Turning Point USA, and in the opinion of quite a few people, a future president of the United States of America, was killed while he was speaking at a college campus in Utah. In the days that followed his death, there were quite a few people on the progressive side of the political spectrum which got into the whole habit of celebrating his death and were quite thrilled that he was no longer on this planet. And for a number of those people, the consequences came fairly quickly in the form of job losses. And in case for this channel, well, several of those people who were celebrating his death were employees of the largest miniature company in the world, Games Workshop. Now, this particular story was covered on websites like Spiky Bits as well as Fandom Pulse, and when this particular post right here initially showed up on Spiky Bits, it was not attributed to anyone in particular other than an unnamed Games Workshop employee. Now, down in the comments, someone name dropped Mike Brandt, and as you can see here, Spiky Bits has updated to at least confirm that this particular comment was made by Mike Brandt. Now, Mike Brandt was an employee for Games Workshop here in the United States, and I believe he worked in the events division, but we'll get more about that in just a little bit. Then you had the case of Tom Mendelsohn, who was also a Games Workshop employee, who had definitely some not so nice things to say, and that's being very generous, about Charlie Kirk. And then I think he kind of went on to dig his own grave a little bit better by making this comment down here, where he seemed to celebrate the attacks on September 11th, 2001. At least that's how someone could very easily read this particular comment right here. And here is an episode from Frontline Gaming's podcast where they're talking to Mike Brandt back in 2021, and they describe him as Mike is a global events guru for Games Workshop. He is an also official playtester, and he also originally, prior to joining Games Workshop, ran the Nova Open, which is a major Warhammer 40,000 tournament. And in fact, if we jump over to the Warhammer community site, we see an article back on November in 2018 under the Warhammer Heroes Roll of Honor. We can see him hiding down here, talking about how Mike runs the Nova Open, one of the biggest celebrations of Warhammer in the US. It's not just an awesome tournament and convention though. The tournament fees raise thousands of dollars for charity while attracting gamers from across the country. So this link right here would have taken you to Mike Brandt's LinkedIn page, which at the time I did track down back in late September 2025. And if you go to the page, it no longer exists or may be private. I can't tell from right here. I actually have an old LinkedIn account I could jump into, but if I try to log into it, they want me to submit my ID. I'm not sure who I ticked off or whatnot. And if we jump back over the topic of Tom Mendelsohn, I have a screenshot here of an email that's attributed to Games Workshop discussing the comments that he made about Charlie Kirk. So the main points here is that, while we respect everyone's right to a personal opinion, we would like to be clear that we do not support Tom's actions. We are taking this very seriously, and Tom has been suspended while we work to further address the matter in line with our internal policies and legal duties. And they go on to basically mention that you're probably not going to know anything more from us as to what's going to happen to Tom's employment status. And at least at this point here in early 2026, we got no other further official information from Games Workshop whether either of these employees are still employed or whether they are fired. However, Games Workshop can sometimes say a whole lot of stuff while simultaneously saying absolutely nothing at all. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But before we get to that, I want to quickly mention that I have just launched the next crowdfunding project for my next set of 3D printable Fractured Colony gaming miniatures. This set introduces 4 new miniatures designed for filament-based 3D printers, and you can get the entire set for just $6. So if this is something you're interested in, check out the link in the description below or head over to fracturedcolony.com to learn more about how you can support the crowdfunding project. All right, let's get back to the news. So as I mentioned a moment ago, we really have no official comment from Games Workshop as to what happened to these employees, But there are some other things we can kind of look into, kind of reading the tea leaves to see whether they are or are not still employed at Games Workshop. But there's also sort of false leads that can throw you off. For example, here we're looking at a website called Rocket Reach. It's some sort of data aggregator where you can go ahead and purchase the contact information for important business people. Now, this particular website still lists Michael Brandt right here as an employee of Games Workshop, but who knows how often they actually refresh this data and see if he's still an employee or not. Now, Games Workshop also has their own LinkedIn page, and if we scroll down a little bit here, you can see that down here in the bottom under updates, they frequently post the various job openings that they have. Now, these only go back about 3 months, at least not without logging in, and I already explained the disaster pit that is my account. In the list of job openings that are here, I don't see anything that looks like either Michael Brandt's previous job or Tom Mendelson's previous job. However, that doesn't mean those positions weren't put up on this job site at the end of 2025, or perhaps it was an internal hire to replace them, and then these job listings here are to replace whoever replaced those people. Now, of course, we could try to track down Michael Brandt or Tom Mendelson's new social media accounts if they have them or not. As far as I know, they scrubbed themselves from the internet, so there's no information from them directly as to what their current employment status is. Now, we do have one final data source to look into, and that is the financial reports that Games Workshop puts out every basically 6 months, whether it's a half-year interim report or an annual report from the entire previous year. And it is in this report where Games Workshop goes ahead and says everything or nothing at all. And this one was released on the 13th of January, 2026, and it covers the first 6 months of their financial year, which, by the way, they're also making record revenue. Once again, I have no idea how the heck they're doing that. But what I want to look at in this case is down here on page, is it 5? Page 5 for this particular report. Now, each report has a section called Culture, and this is where Games Workshop discusses the business culture, or essentially the work environment of how things operate at Games Workshop. And while this section is here in every report, it contains something different every year, so it's not just boilerplate blah garbage that they stick in here. And I want to read this one because you could definitely interpret it about 3 different ways. We often get asked how we maintain our culture as we grow. It is a constant area of focus, teaching new members of the international team what's acceptable and what's not at Games Workshop, and occasionally giving feedback to a few existing team members of our very low tolerance for poor behavior. Now, I have read their financial reports a couple times over the past few years, and I have never seen anything exactly like this, which makes me wonder if they're talking about the Charlie Kirk comments without talking about the Charlie Kirk comments. Now, from time to time, Games Workshop does go ahead and comment on cultural things, geopolitics, wars in this document, especially when they affect their bottom line and their revenue and how their company operates. Now, clearly, we don't know exactly what they're talking about. I'm not aware of some other scandal that the leadership got themselves in to where they needed to mention that there was a public display of poor behavior. So maybe something else happened, but it's also quite possible, like I said, this is referring to the comments about Charlie Kirk. Of course, then the question comes in, well, did the people get fired or not? And by saying occasionally giving feedback to a few existing team members of our very low tolerance for poor behavior, can be interpreted both as, hey, maybe they fired the people and they're giving feedback to some other people saying, hey, we're not going to tolerate this type of behavior, or maybe they're giving feedback to Mike Brandt as well as Tom Mendelson and calling their behavior very poor and they have low tolerance for this. But like I said, you're reading into this document things that are not explicitly said, and therefore there's a fair bit of interpretation as to what's going on here, and it's entirely possible that this is talking about something completely different. Once again, as I mentioned, Games Workshop could possibly be saying everything or nothing at all. So how do we know if these people are still employed at Games Workshop? Because unfortunately for Games Workshop, you probably have a chunk of the hobby that wants to see them still employed, and you have a chunk of the hobby that wants to see them fired. And it's really a tough position for Games Workshop to be in. Well, Tom Mendelsohn was a community manager. I'm really not 100% sure exactly what he did. He may have done some events work in the real world. He may have had something to do with the community Warhammer site or warhammer-community.com. It's tough to tell exactly what he did. So he may or may not still be there, and we may have no idea whether he is there or not. And it is possible that both these people's social media was scrubbed by order of Games Workshop in order to protect the fact they're still employed by the company, but we really have no idea. However, for Mike Brandt, he might be a little bit easier to figure out if he's still around. Now, back in January, Games Workshop announced that there would be a new Warhammer World opening here in the United States. And if we check down here, we can see that it'll be based just outside of Washington, D.C., which is not too far from where the Nova Open tournament is held. Now, if Mike Brandt is still working for Games Workshop, this is the kind of thing that he would likely be involved in because, well, he sets up major events, coordinates those things for Games Workshop for the various Warhammer tournaments. So if you're curious to know whether he's still there or not, I would keep an eye on this project and see if he shows up. And that's about where we are at this point. I mentioned a few months ago that I would follow up on this topic for you guys, and that's the best information I have for you. Since Games Workshop hasn't confirmed or denied whatever happened to these employees, we honestly don't know unless one of them shows up in some sort of public-facing role for Games Workshop, or they end up showing up somewhere else involved with a different company or some other publicly facing aspect of the hobby of miniature war gaming. So with that, thank you guys all for watching. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. If you are interested in 3D printable gaming miniatures, let me grab this guy one more time. You can check out my next set of Fractured Colony miniatures over on Kickstarter. A link is down in the description below. If you want to go ahead and yell at me in the comments, feel free to do so. I may or may not read them for this video. Anyway, I'll see you guys all next time.